Hello students. As we have completed male reproductive system, we are moving towards female reproductive system. Part 1, that is ovary, structure of ovary. Myself Pranali Gaikwad, lecturer, biology department, Arihant Arts, Commerce and Science, Junior College, Baudhan, Pune. Welcome you all. First we will see the female reproductive system consists of various different parts. Out of that we are going to see in detail regarding the ovaries. Here you can see from this diagram, here is a pair of ovaries. These white structures are nothing but a pair of ovaries. Then pair of oviduct. Fallopian tube is also called as oviduct. Then uterus. This structure is uterus, vagina and external genitalia. Again, like male reproductive system, here also there are pair of vestibular glands and pair of mammary glands. Male reproductive system has different glands, but they have some secretory function in them. Similarly, here also secretory function is there, which part are performed by the vestibular glands and mammary glands. Today we are going to see in detail regarding the ovary. It is a primary female organ and its main function is to produce egg or ovum and female reproductive hormones, which are estrogen, progesterone, relaxin, activin and inhibin. Now, location of ovaries. Ovaries is located in the upper lateral part of pelvis near the kidneys. From the last slide you can see that they are near the kidneys. From this side there are two kidneys and testes are located near in the pelvic near kidneys. It is solid and oval shaped organ with length 3 cm and breadth 1.5 cm. It is attached to the uterus and abdominal wall by a ligament. See, from this diagram it is very clear. These are the ovaries. This is the oviduct. This is uterus, vagina. Now, it is an attachment of the uterus and abdominal wall by a ligament. See, this is the ligament which is called as broad ligament. By a double folded peritoneum, ovarian ligament. This is the ovarian ligament which attaches the uterus and ovaries. The largest of these is the broad ligament formed by a fold of peritoneum, and it holds the ovary, oviduct and uterus to the dorsal body wall. This broad ligament is responsible for holding all these structures to the dorsal body wall. Structure and development of ovary. Ovary is a compact structure and central part is called as medulla while outer part is called as cortex. See, this region is called as cortex and central part is called as medulla. Cortex, medulla. Cortex covered externally by germinal epithelial cell, and stroma of the medulla has blood vessels, lymph vessels and nerve fibers. This is the germinal layer present on the cortex region. Then stroma is nothing but the region where there is presence of blood vessel, lymph vessels and nerve fibers. Cortex is more compact and granular and shows large number of tiny masses which are called as ovarian follicle. Cortex region is the outer region of the ovary and there it shows tiny masses of cells which are called as ovarian follicles. These ovarian follicles are the important components of ovary, as they are the responsible for formation of the female gamete. These are originating from cells of dorsal endoderm of yolk sac. During embryonic development, these cells migrate to gonadal ridge and divide mitotically. During embryonic development only, all this is going to happen during embryonic development, as by oogenesis starts before the birth of the female baby, and by the end of 12th week of the ovary is fully developed. By the end of the 12th week of the fetus, the ovary is fully developed. Hence, during embryonic development only, these cells migrate towards the gonadal ridge and divide mitotically. The mitotical division happens during embryonic development. Now, these cells are called as oogonia. During embryonic development, mitotically divided cells are called as oogonia. Oogonia grow in size and surround by a layer of granulosa cell to form a ovarian follicle. What do you mean by ovarian follicle? A oogonia surrounded by granulosa cells together forms ovarian follicle. Oogenesis starts before the birth of female baby, and by the end of 12 week ovary is fully formed. From this slide you will come to know that what is the structure and development of the ovary. Development of ovary takes place in birth, during the before the birth of the female baby and by the 12th week of the baby. Ovarian histology of mature female. Now this is the histology of mature female's ovary, while before some time we studied regarding the immature or juvenile phases, what type of ovary structures are there, that we have studied. Now we are going to see the ovarian histology of mature female. The changes are seen in mature ovary primarily in cortex region. This outer region is called as cortex region, while the middle region is called as medulla. These changes are cyclic. Now whatever changes are there that occur in cyclic periodic form, occurring during each menstrual cycle. It involves maturation of primordial follicles. Primordial follicles, those are nothing but oogonia surrounded by the follicles. Then primordial follicles mature into primary, secondary and graphene follicle. See, this primordial follicle matures to form primary follicle, then secondary follicle, tertiary follicle and graphene follicle. Each primary follicle has multi-layered cuboidal follicular cells. This growth phase or this maturation phase occurs due to these layers of follicular cells. You can see this in this structure. There is enlargement or there is addition of external layers. Similarly, there is formation of a cavity in between. We are going to see in detail regarding the cavity and graphene follicle structure in our separate video. Till now we are going to we concentrate towards the mature female ovary histology. Each primary follicle has multi-layered cuboidal follicular cells. Stroma adds theca over the follicles and it now changes into secondary follicle. From this diagram it is very much clear that primordial follicle grows into primary follicle, which again grows into secondary follicle by addition of follicular cells as well as theca, which is the addition of the stroma. Ovarian histology of mature female. There is a growth of oocyte and granulosa cells increase in number and start producing estrogen. Growth of oocyte and granulosa cells leads to the production of estrogen. By addition of more follicular cells, secondary follicle grows into graphene follicle. secondary follicle grows into graphene follicle only by addition of more follicular cells. With maturation of follicles, the graphene follicle presses against the thin wall of the ovary. See, this is the wall of the ovary, and this graphene follicle presses towards the wall of the ovary, which gives ovary a blistered appearance, and then rupture of follicle takes place, resulting into the ovulation or ovulated oocyte. Then what happens after the ovulation? If fertilization takes place, then development of corpus luteum takes place, and if fertilization is not there, then degeneration of all these structures forms. Egg release from the graphene follicle during ovulation. Remainings of the follicle changes into corpus luteum. If fertilization does not take place, corpus luteum degenerates into white scar, which is called as corpus albicans. See, if fertilization takes place, developing corpus luteum develops, and this is the degenerating corpus luteum, which is also called as corpus albicans. From this structure you can see all this layers also: tunica albuginea, medulla. Tunica albuginea is nothing but the outermost layer. And regarding antrum cavity and the formation of graphene follicle, we'll see in next video. Till then, thank you.